So Cole Custer was on NXT this week, and I just learned that now because
So is
of
Sam Mayer.
really,
Yeah. He
I only saw Cole Custer because of WWE's Snapchat story. And I was like, what is
could
what's Cole doing on NXT?
can I he not the first time he's done it.
Really?
Could I give the lore?
Absolutely.
All right. So have you heard of the show LFG? Stands for Legends and Future Greats.
Yeah, I saw the
That's where
Undertaker's
BJ
team won the
Ray,
first thing.
BJ Ray, best part about the show. I don't actually really watch it. I just see his clips. And if I'm just
Yeah,
seeing his clips, that means he's so entertaining.
right.
He it actually a quick sidebar and then I'll get back into it. Do you remember how last episode I was telling you about how every like old wrestler with a podcast is just sour grapes?
Right. Yeah.
So biggest the the most frequent offender of what I said is Bubba Ray Dudley, Bully Ray.
Right.
He's a coach on that show. BJ Ray is so Gen Z. He's if you took a college frat guy. He's actually a wrestler. He wrestled for Duke.
Really?
But um he's if you took like a college frat guy and you put him in the ring. It's his personality. He's so funny. He's annoying, but he's hilarious. He's the best part about the show. Um, but he it pisses off Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley. I don't know what he's called in this show because he goes by Bully Ray in like everything other than the WWE
Right.
because that's WWE copyright names, whatever. Um, and he's one of those guys where if you're not doing it the same way they did it when, you know, there were territories and you
Yeah.
did it the way they did it in the 80s and 90s, you're doing it wrong. And then you have a guy who's just so Gen Z. It's just,
The
you know,
Clash. Yeah.
it's so great. It's such a fun dynamic. And listen, I respect Bully Ray. He's been there, done that, one of the most successful tag team wrestlers. In case this ever gets around, I should just put that out there. I love him on the radio, as much as I disagree with a lot of what he says. He's a
Right.
genius when it comes to wrestling. He
So
he
how
knows
does
what
that tie into?
exactly. So we get back to LFG. There's a group. Do you remember the Shield?
Yeah. Oh
Do you
God,
remember
yeah.
when they first debuted and they were like attacking people?
Yeah, they were supposed to be like the security behind what
CM
the
Punk.
authority, I think.
I think it was supposed to be CM Punk originally,
Okay.
but I forget. It was they just attacked like Ryback, CM Punk, Cena, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so there's this new group called Dark State. Similar vibe. We're all black. They're like a mercenary group. They are kind of actually I saw them when I went to Slammiversary.
Nice.
Um, very talented. They are from that show. They're from LFG.
Mhm.
They're a few of the
Well, sorry. So is if LFG is at least co-owned by WWE, then wouldn't he go by Bubba Ray?
I think he does.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. Anyways, continue.
Like I said, I didn't watch it yet. I want to. I've been meaning to. I've just been haven't had the time to like sit
Yeah.
down. Like I've started so many shows. You get it. Um,
Yeah, I
so
do.
the guys in Dark State, they are from LFG. Dark State, they've been in so it funny bit, you know Joe Hendry, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta make sure. Um, whenever so they will press people in the locker room and then people are like, Joe Hendry, and then he appears.
Yeah. I
So
think I've seen clips because they were like,
yeah,
how many more ways can he appear? And he busted through a wall.
yeah, it's great. It's hilarious. Like, dude, I love funny wrestling. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, so they were they pressed Sam Mayer was talking to a group, and then all of a sudden Dark State came and like surrounded them, and they started pressing him. And then Sam Mayer said, "Oh, it's okay. We have Joe Hendry." Boom, who comes out from the background in a fire suit and a racing helmet, flips up the mask, it's Joe Hendry. It was so great. I loved it.
Well, what? Whose fire suit was he wearing, or just wearing a
He was
generic one?
wearing a Haas factory team. I think he was probably wearing Cole Custer's.
Uh-huh.
Come to think about
Okay.
it, I did. I didn't watch the full episode of
Oh
NXT.
yeah, that's right. Haas or Mayer and Custer or Haas teammates. Duh.
That makes sense. Look at us connecting the dots.
Yeah, wow. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner. I'm still thinking Mayer's like in the JGR9 or something.
Yeah, I didn't honestly.
Yeah,
Brain
I don't
fart on
know.
our part.
Yeah, really.
But
That's like completely unrelated, but sort of similar. RFK. So, I work for the Spartan Burgers. Our
yeah.
our stadium is sponsored by Fifth Third Bank.
Hmm.
Um, when they first announced Club City Spartan Burgers, sponsored by Fifth Third Bank, whatever, um, and I think they first broke ground for the stadium, they
Hmm.
had Chris Buescher's car in downtown
I
because
remember
it
that.
was the Fifth Third car. Yeah, you
Hmm.
remember I sent it to you and I
Yeah,
was like, why
you
didn't
showed
nobody
me
tell me
all of
about
that.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had one of the nights that I was doing this show, they had NASCAR night and Ryan
Okay.
Preece came out. Yeah, I think it
That's
was
awesome.
supposed to be Chris Buescher, but he had, excuse me, some other obligation with someone else and he couldn't
Hmm.
make it. So they had Ryan Preece come out instead. But I think it was
Yeah.
still Buescher's car.
Hmm.
But like because they had his car there for the fifth third, but since he couldn't be there, they had, another RFK guy. So
Right.
they got Preece.
Right. I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah.
But
I wish I could have gone. Hate that I wasn't able to,
oh, you
but I guess
didn't.
there's always next year. No, I didn't. I was so
Oh,
upset. But
that.
on a more positive note, sort of in that vein, uh I'm done with as of right now, I'm done with things that I know are going to take up my weekend. So I'll be
Hmm.
able to watch the next race at Kansas,
Yeah.
which leads me to New Hampshire, which I did not get to
Right.
watch, but I want to
Hmm.
go over the stats real quick. Let's find my
Yeah.
spreadsheet.
Give me the stats. I'll give you like the biggest stories coming out of it.
All right. I didn't get to watch much, but I did see the whole Hamlin-Ty Gibbs fiasco. I thought that was very
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
definitely talk about that.
yeah. Quick little note, it was the 10th race in NASCAR Cup Series history on September 21st. Thought that was neat. Um, Joey Logano, let's see, the 22 car earned its 94th all-time pole. So Joey Logano gets one more pole before he's out of the 22, honestly. Um,
I think he's gonna finish his career there.
Probably. If he gets one more, he'll at least the 22 will reach the Lightning McQueen number. Um,
Wow.
all I got for truck was also at New Hampshire. Xfinity had an off weekend.
Hmm.
It was okay. Here's where the autism comes in. It was the 30th race
Let me guess.
on okay. Yep. You can
It
guess.
was they said the 30th race?
It was the 30th race. Yep.
30th.
Yeah.
30th. What could all time? Like from the moment NASCAR started?
From the moment the truck series started. So
Okay.
for the truck series exclusively.
The 30th. About the full like event of the race.
What do you mean?
I don't know, tell me. I give up.
So the race occurred on Saturday, September 20th, 2025.
Oh, the 30th race on a Saturday instead of a Friday.
No, it was the 30th race on the 20th of a given month.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah.
I figured
Um,
for the love of the game, I might as well try it.
no, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Corey
Uh,
Heim did as Corey Heim does. I am second guessing myself
That's okay.
because, well, according to according to my calculations, um, you know what? Never mind. Just kidding. Okay, Corey Heim has 16 poles now. The
Okay.
number 11 has 15.
Okay.
This weekend, Corey Heim got the number 11's 15th all-time pole. The reason I was confused is because that's not Corey Heim's 15th pole. He got his first ever pole in the 51 car.
Okay.
Um, and that just for um the sake of finding out. That was actually funny enough. That was the number 51's 30th pole was when he got it back in 2022.
Okay.
Um, that was at Mid Ohio.
Right.
Anyways, um, Corey Heim won. It was his 20th win
Hmm.
of his career.
Nice.
It was his ninth win of the season. So he's one away from double digits, and he's the only one that's even close. Lane Riggs has three.
I mean, at this point, he's a
There's a good chance
favorite
he'll get it.
to
Yeah, oh,
win the
for sure.
championship.
Well, but you know how that goes. We just talked about that last week.
Yeah, but even I feel like it's different in the cup, the trucks or Xfinity, where I mean,
Potentially. I mean,
it's
I feel like I don't remember who the final four was for Xfinity last year, but I don't think that Allgaier was the favorite. At least not to me.
no,
In my
but
head, he
I
wasn't.
don't think there was an insane runaway like 9 wins to how whatever
Yeah.
second place has. There wasn't that crazy of a runaway to the point where Allgaier wasn't. You didn't come out of that being like, well, he didn't deserve it.
Yeah. No,
You
that's
know,
fair.
it's not like Logano who had a 16 P16 average finish.
But
You
like,
know,
okay, if Corey Heim doesn't win the Truck Series championship, everyone's gonna compare him this year to Kevin Harvick in 2019,
right?
2020, or whatever it was. Um, Toyota got their 10th win of the season.
Okay.
Um, because they or they're yeah, because they also got a win with Stuart Friesen
Okay. Nice.
at Michigan. Um, and I have done all of the races as far as like if they've gone over or under the schedule distance for the Truck Series. It was
Hmm.
the 550th race all time to go exactly the schedule distance.
Nice.
And there have been 170 extensions and 13 shortened races since 1995, which is kind of crazy. 13 races in 30 years. The last shortened race was in 2023, and it was like early 2023.
That doesn't seem like a lot to me.
It was Martinsville.
That's a rain shortened race every 3 years,
Yeah,
or like 2.5.
like not a single race last year went under. Most of them went over. There were three races that went over the scheduled distance. Most of them went the scheduled distance. Sorry, I spoke wrong. There have been four so far this year that have gone over. All the rest have gone the scheduled distance. So trucks is pretty pretty on par with the schedule.
Yeah.
Um, not too bad. I think that's all I've got for good looking numbers.
Okay.
It will be next weekend. The trucks are going to not this weekend, but next weekend. The trucks are going to the Roval. They're going to the Roval for the first time ever.
That should be fun. I wonder how they're not. I think they look wider than they are. I think they're pretty comparable to the other
Yeah, I think
two
in terms
series.
of yeah,
So I
in
was kind
terms of
of
like the
wonder about the
size of the
chicanes.
vehicles,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they're the same size.
I think they'll race really, really well.
If anything, I think the cup cars are bigger as far as
I know right now
width.
they're width-wise, I don't know. Lengthwise, they're shorter than the Xfinity cars.
Really? That
Yeah,
surprises me.
I believe so. But
That's because visually, at least to me, they look longer.
I don't think I think because once they went to the Gen 7,
Recently rediscovered Mellow Yellow, by the way.
wow. Shout out
Forgot how much I low-key liked it. I hated it for a while, and then I
shout
grabbed
out
it one day.
Jim Beam Vanilla.
Shout out
Dude,
Red Bull Sea
Aaron
Blue Edition.
Aaron Judge was cooking when he created Jim Beam. And that's such a niche joke that I should probably explain it.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's almost funny if you don't, but go ahead.
would it? Should I just not explain it?
Sure, don't
No,
explain it. Don't
so
explain.
no,
Okay, all
no,
right.
no.
Yeah, go.
Jim
Yeah.
Beam is a sponsor of the New York Yankees,
Uh-huh.
my employer.
Right.
Just got back from a shift.
Nice. It's
There's a big sign.
1:03 for everyone listening at home. It's 1 o'clock in the morning as of the time I'm recording this. It was supposed
Yep.
to be recorded Wednesday. It's now technically being recorded on Thursday.
Jim Beam is a sponsor of the New York Yankees. They have a lounge named after the Jim Beam Lounge. Put
Nice.
two and two together, but it's late. You might be tired and you don't want to do the math. Um, and
Got done doing a bunch of numbers, man. I'm
when
good.
we clock in where we go, there's a huge Jim Beam sign as soon as we get out into the concourse.
Really?
And have you ever like been really hungry and all of a sudden like you see an ad for like McDonald's or something and you're like, well,
Yeah.
or like Cookout. What's
Oh
like
God, yeah.
what's your favorite place?
Do you even have it? Sorry, do you even
No, I
have a
just know you
cookout where
talk
you
about Cookout all the time. I do not have a Cookout.
I actually, I,
Uh-oh, he's about to pull out the cup.
well, I don't have a bag because they didn't give me a bag. I threw all my stuff in a grocery bag, but yeah, no, I did get cookout literally today.
Nice. See, I'm good at this. So,
But
um,
currently, yes, cookout's my favorite fast food chain.
yeah. So I wanted to. So I'm gonna preface by saying I'm not an alcoholic. I enjoy discovering new drinks.
Okay.
Sometimes I like
No,
mixing
that's fair.
things, you know?
I know some people who very much are alcoholics.
Right, but they just stick to beer. But I like,
Well, no,
and
I know. Oh,
so I
okay.
saw
Anyways,
this. I was like, you know what? I one day I'm gonna try Jim Beam, right?
yeah.
Like I like whiskey, I like bourbon, I like scotch.
See, I'm not a
I might
brown
as well
liquor
try
kind of
Jim
guy.
Beam because I see it all the time. I might as well.
Yeah, sure.
So I tried it and I got the vanilla. It's
Love
phenomenal.
vanilla.
It's great.
Love vanilla.
Mix it with a little Coke. It's
Now, see,
phenomenal.
I'm not a brown liquor person, but I do love vanilla,
Dude, it's good.
which is funny because I tried, Absolute vodka.
Yes.
I tried the Absolute vanilla. It's awful.
See, that's where you go wrong because do you know how they flavor vodka?
No, I have no clue. I just drink it.
So when they're distilling it, say like it's apple flavored. I think New Amsterdam has like a green apple flavored vodka. They
Probably it's New Amsterdam.
they'll put a green apple next to the distillery and they'll call it green apple flavored.
Well, okay, so
They don't
in my
actually do that. I
defense,
don't know how they
it was
flavor it, but like,
definitely flavored. However, it was terrible. Like it wasn't I mean I've had
but
straight vodka before. Like I've had like Tito's or like straight Grey Goose or whatever. And it's definitely
bad stories.
straight vodka is better than absolute vanilla in terms of flavor. And I don't know if that's
Right.
just absolute because I don't know if absolute makes like
Well, everyone has their
a
opinions. Nothing's
flavorless,
absolute,
but
but
I hate this guy. Podcast over.
I've been up for like many hours.
Yeah, I know.
I had to commute to the city.
It's okay. I have to be up in a few. So I'm gonna
Nice.
get
Well,
not a lot of sleep. That's all
rise
right.
and grind. You could take a nap after. You're fine.
I absolutely can. I got nothing to do tomorrow. It's
I get
great. I
it.
don't I
I see what
don't
you
have
did
to
there.
do this show anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a new co-host. But where were we going with this?
Aaron Judge
Aaron
impending Jim
Judge.
Beam.
So I texted my coworkers, not all of them. I have two friends that I'm very close with. One of them is the reason I have this job. Um, and I just
Not
randomly
all of them.
texted
I
them.
have two
I
friends.
had a couple of glasses of this, and I randomly texted them. I said, Aaron Judge was cooking when he created Jim Beam Vanilla. And they understood it because Jim Beam's a huge sponsor of the New York Yankees.
Uh,
And they were like, they didn't answer. But
so
then on
to
the way to work
clarify
today,
for myself and for any other people that have no clue, it's just like the thing.
it's just a
Like
sponsor.
essentially because they sponsor the Yankees so much, it's just like this is Aaron Judge's
Yeah, Aaron Judge is
company.
like the poster child of the Yankees, obviously.
Okay, I see.
It's
All
got to
right,
be the
I'm
MVP
following.
this year. Do you follow baseball at all?
I do, but I have no reason to because my team is
Yeah.
my team is cooking now that we're no longer in the playoffs. Like,
They're saying Colorado is going to be the MVP, but Aaron Judge is having a significantly better season. But it's like
I
People are
just
saying
saw
he's a front runner,
this
but it's
meme on
not. It's
Instagram the
Judge.
other day. It was like the Atlanta Braves when it comes to winning games that don't matter, and it was like the Lakers in Game 7,
Dude, speaking of winning games that don't
or it was
matter,
just like
I was at a
LeBron
game yesterday
James.
that did
Period.
matter. Um, Yesterday the Yankees clinched the postseason
Yeah,
on a
yeah, and
like just a
everyone that
blue.
I know was posting it, and I was like, "Shut up."
Well, I watched it live. I was there in the
Well, yeah,
stadium. It
you
was
you have a
electric. I loved
valid
it.
reason, but the coach, never mind. This person I work with at the Spartan Burgers that is a okay. I'm trying not to like dox this person, but
Do it.
they're a fan
Give
of
me
a
the name, phone
northeastern.
number, address.
They're a fan of a northeastern college football team. They're a fan of the same NFL team as myself, so they're a Ravens fan like me. Um, and I'm
This is
like,
new information.
I'm a Ravens fan, yeah. I'm like, why in the world are you a Yankees fan of all baseball teams? God,
Dude,
get out of here.
there's actually so a lot of Yankees fans are also um Dallas Cowboys fans,
Oh, that's
sometimes Chiefs
gross.
fans. Um,
That almost makes
what
me
else?
dislike the Yankees more. I'm sorry.
No, what was I gonna say? I was trying to think of like all the bandwagon teams.
The Eagles.
Well, no, God, no. No self-respecting New Yorker is an Eagles fan.
Well, I mean, so many
Well, find me a
even,
self-respecting New Yorker to begin with, period.
but you don't have to be a New Yorker to like the Yankees, obviously, because the Yankees are such a bandwagoner team. I mean, you know how many people buy a hat that says NY on it just because it looks
It's a
cool?
fashion thing. It's a fashion thing.
Between the Yankees and the Dodgers, that's the biggest reason I don't like either two teams is because people buy it and they don't know
Right.
crap about baseball.
Well, because like it's a I don't want to say a culture thing, but
It's
it's
got
like,
two freaking letters, man.
can I give you a little bit of Yankees history?
Sure.
So in the 90s, I think, Spike Lee, famous director, always courtside at the Knicks, he was a he went to the Yankees and said, I want to make a Yankees hat that's red because just a fashion piece. It'll go with my outfits or whatever he was wearing at the time. Like blue's not my color. I want a red hat with a Yankees logo on it. And they made it. There's one in the Yankees Museum in Yankee Stadium.
Hmm.
And that started the trend of putting the Yankee logo on multi different color hats as a fashion thing. Pretty interesting.
Now
Um,
everybody does it because it's
Now
like,
everyone does it.
yeah.
But
I
now
mean,
people wear
I have
Yankees
a
hats just because
green
they're,
I have a green Braves hat.
yeah.
I have a purple Braves hat that's got a little heart right here. It's actually a very nice looking hat. I won't lie. It's like a I call it purple velvet as the color. I don't know if that's actually the color or if
Right.
that's actually how you would describe the color, but it's a very nice color.
hmm I think it is cool enough that the team is that big to the point where they are putting their logo on things for the sake of fashion. There's a guy
Yeah.
I work with who every day, I don't know what his job is, but he wears a suit every single time, and it's a different suit. Like, I don't know
Hmm.
if I've seen this man wear the same suit more than once, but they're all patterned, and he has a Yankees hat and Jordan ones. Not ones,
Do you
just
think
Jordans.
do you think he's the radio announcer? Because the radio
No.
announcer for the Spartan Burgers wears a suit every game.
I mean, there's so many people who work there that wear suits. But I
Yeah, I mean,
always
it's
see him
just
pregame. He has a suit and he has a matching hat and matching Jordans. Super
really.
nice guy. Love him.
Yeah.
Like he's a really nice guy. Like I get to know like a lot of the people that I see every day, even if I have nothing to do with working with them. I get to know people. Like I
Yeah.
know a lot of the security. It's great. Um, I do think it's like I said, the team is that big. Um, so Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs,
Yeah, because
where what we
it's now
started with.
1:15.
Yeah, you know what? If our friends are listening, they will like to listen to us ramble.
Yeah.
Um,
But anyone else that cares about NASCAR is like, oh
Hi
my
Greg,
God,
hi
shut up
Colby,
about the
hi
Yankees.
Sarah. They'll all
I
say what's up.
Cara doesn't listen to this probably.
No, she's too
Who
busy.
do I know anybody from Greece that listen to this? I don't. Patrick might be listening. Hi, Patrick.
Did you say from
Uh,
Greece?
from Greece, yeah, the show that I was doing.
Yeah, I got it
I
now.
I almost didn't want to say the title, but I was like, whatever.
Do you
I
know what
think
I thought you meant?
no. I'm interested to hear though.
Like the country? Oops.
Oh God,
Hold on.
I should not have drank Mellow Yellow while you said that. I forget that Greece is a
Oops.
country, and I'm so used to seeing it spelled with an A that I forget about that entirely.
I thought you were gonna start being like a shout out my boy Nikolai. Shout out my boy what's another Greek name? Dimitri.
Turkish.
But
Uh,
so yeah, that's the
Shout
biggest
out
story
Patrick
coming
might
out
be
of New
listening.
Hampshire.
Jenna might be watching on YouTube. I don't know. Jenna, I think Jenna's the only person that watches on YouTube. Actually, my coworker Mike might be watching on YouTube. What's up, Mike? I'll see you at
Oh,
work today.
for all of you on the audio only version of this, um, I've always wanted to
That's
do that. Kid show. Sorry.
everyone on the audio only version of this, and everyone that's listening on a podcast platform. For everyone watching the video, there you go.
Okay, so Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs. I'll give the rundown really quick.
Yep.
Ty, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell were running. I think they were like
And
13,
11th,
14,
12th, and
15,
13th.
11, 12, and 13th, that
Yep.
order respectively. Ty Gibbs
I did
was,
I did see clips of this. So this is the
yeah.
one story from New
And
Hampshire
I
that I do
watched
know.
it live when it happened and I went back.
Yeah.
I watched every lap of it actually because they were, I think the cameras were on it. Um, and I actually went back and watched the onboard.
Nice.
Um, I think. I don't know. It was a couple days ago. Um, Ty Ty Gibbs was racing Denny Hamlin, and he was racing him like it was for the lead or for an important position. He was
Mhm.
racing him hard. He was blocking him. He was taking away his line. He was parking it. He was doing everything that you want to do if you don't want someone to pass you.
Everything that Ryan
And
Newman
this
teaches at the School of Blocking.
exactly. He was Ryan Newmaning him. And there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Um, And, you know, I had this conversation with my dad because he hates Denny Hamlin. I also don't like Denny Hamlin.
Right.
But what I said is what I respect about Denny Hamlin is that he's not afraid to say what's on his mind,
Yeah.
especially on
Yeah.
his podcast. Um, the
Or
lawsuit, that's a different thing. I don't
uh, or as you might have heard on the radio,
like
not
his,
like the in-car radio.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Um, he, so will Do you want to go into our opinions or do you want to go into what Denny Hamlin said first? Or do you want to unpack
I'll
everything that happened and then give our opinions?
I'll just I'll give a TLDR on the situation. Um, like as just like the facts that we know,
Go into
and
what
then
I would go into what Denny said.
well, we didn't
Because I
even
kind of
get
gave the
into the
rundown
meat of
of
the
it.
sandwich.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to like what actually happened, the climax of the story.
Oh, well then yeah, Hamlin dumped him.
Hamlin got tired of Ty Gibbs blocking and just dumped him into turn one.
And he cursed on the radio. He said, doesn't he know we have an effing championship to run for?
Yeah, are
This,
they
that.
afraid to talk to him? Which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that
Um,
too.
because that makes me think, well, that makes me wonder, does Denny Hamlin, probably not JGR as a whole as far as the drivers other than Kai Gibbs, but potentially. But namely Denny Hamlin because he was involved with the situation. Does Denny Hamlin think that Ty Gibbs is a nepo baby? Because I wouldn't say that that is an unfair assessment. Which again makes me sort of curious into is that a shared sentiment between the other drivers at JGR, not named Ty Gibbs?
Hmm. That is interesting. And you know what? I'll also share, like I said, I brought up the conversation I had with my dad, and I'll bring it up here. He said, if he said, if I owned a race team and you wanted to become a professional racer, I would do everything I can to get you a ride. And I was like,
Right.
that makes sense to me. Like he, Joe Gibbs earned the right to pull some strings and get his family involved. I think that is, I think the term Nepo baby as an insult is overused.
Mhm.
Because if you look at someone like Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Earnhardt got Jr.'s foot in the door, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. proved that he belonged.
And I think that's the biggest difference between Dale Jr. and someone like Ty Gibbs or Austin Dillon.
Right.
Um, Namely Austin Dillon. Is Austin Dillon's been in the sport for 11 going on 12 years now,
Hmm.
or at least in the Cup Series, and he's won 3 races.
But
And
I,
and Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt Sr. said basically, I'll get you started and then you're on your own.
right,
Like I'll get you a car, but you got to figure out where you're getting sponsorship money. You got to figure out how you're getting to and from the track, this, that, and the
yeah,
third. And then, like you're not gonna be guaranteed to drive for me. Of
right,
course, DEI wasn't a thing at this time, but it was formed later, and it was like, all right, you're gonna drive for me. But in the beginning, it was like you know, drive for whoever give you a ride. You're
right.
not. I'm not gonna like. I'll get your foot in the door, but once you get in the door, like that's it. Like it's because Ty Gibbs, um,
I'll,
and I might eat my words in like a couple of years, but Ty Gibbs has been a JGR driver or JGR affiliate driver through KBM, I think. No, he never went to Truist, did he? No, he's been a JGR driver his whole career.
mhm,
Like he was 54 in Xfinity and sat in Xfinity. Kyle Busch left JGR. Ty
yeah,
Gibbs was in. It was automatic. It wasn't even like you need an extra year to cook in Xfinity. It was nope,
right.
straight to Cup. Here's
For
your
the
ride.
sake of an entertaining podcast, I'm going to play devil advocate because
Okay.
these are thoughts that I do have. I don't think they're the strongest opinion I have on the matter, but I'll share it anyway. Austin Dillon is an Xfinity champion.
Hmm.
He's won races on merit, on speed, more than once in the Cup Series, which is more than a, most drivers can say.
Right.
He's never been in top five equipment.
Right.
Um, and you know what? If he was running like, I don't know, I don't want to go for the low-hanging fruit, but Danica Patrick, where he
Hmm.
was wrecking every other weekend, he was throwing temper tantrums, he was acting like he belonged and was wrecking out every race or
You could say
finishing
Kurt
30th.
Busch pre CGR or
Yeah.
even pre Stewart Haas.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone else who did that, but I feel like Danica Patrick is the best example of when it comes to having an attitude problem and running the opposite of deserving of that attitude problem.
I would almost argue Kurt Busch when he was in the Penske
Yeah.
22 and the Phoenix 51 is a
Oh,
bigger
the
example.
51. Yeah. Okay. Well, so we could do that. But if Austin Dillon was doing that, then I would say he's not deserving of a cup ride.
Right.
And do I think he is deserving of a cup ride? Not entirely. Are there a lot worse people that have had cup rides or have cup rides currently? Absolutely.
For me, he's one of those drivers that for at least for me, it's not about whether or not he deserves to be there. The fact is he is,
Hmm.
and so I don't think he necessarily deserves to be kicked out.
Like he has more wins than a lot of cup drivers, you know, in better equipment.
Yeah.
Um, but this was we're talking about Ty Gibbs, and he's coming up to 100 races, I believe,
Yeah, something like that.
without a win. He's been close a few times.
He has.
Um, he
And
is
it
in
doesn't
JGR.
help that he had the expectation of he won his first ever Xfinity Series start.
Yeah, and he was good in the Xfinity Series.
He was great.
You know what? And did he have the best equipment in the Xfinity Series? Yeah. But
Yeah.
was he also competitive on like tracks like road courses where the equipment is more evened out and it's more driver skill? Absolutely.
Well, you look at Eric Almirola in the same equipment.
Hmm.
He's not as successful as Ty Gibbs was. Now he's still
Hmm.
successful,
Yeah.
but look at Trevor Bayne in the 020 for the extended series. He didn't win a single race. You know, look at look at some of these other drivers that were in the same equipment. Look at Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones won a handful of races, then went to JGR, and then came back, and so far
Yeah.
hasn't done anything.
Right. Um,
So
I
it
mean,
it
there's
was a combination of speed and talent.
right. There's no doubt that he's talented.
Correct.
Um, is JGR in the best place currently? No, absolutely not.
No,
Um, I because if you look down the list, it's Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin,
Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe, and Ty Gibbs. Um, they've been carried in the past couple of years by Hamlin and Bell. Briscoe's been coming to his own this second half of the season, which is fantastic to see. And then Gibbs hasn't been as strong. He has significantly less experience than the other three,
Hmm.
but he's been running well enough on some weekends to be like, oh, maybe he'll get a win soon.
Yeah,
Um,
and he's already gotten a handful. Briscoe
he's
has.
had opportunities to win. You know, so I'm a big fan of when drivers prove the masses wrong,
Yeah.
no matter if I like the driver or not. You know,
Right.
like I'm not a Bubba Wallace fan that much. Um, I was a big fan for a while. Um, and then it kind of just I liked other drivers, and then he had a little bit of like an attitude switch. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't know. And then
Yeah.
I think I'm coming back around to liking him again. I never strongly disliked him, but for a while I was like kind of neutral.
Yeah.
But it's very clear that he was hated by a lot of the NASCAR fan base.
Right.
And it's a touchy subject because, I think things
And a
like,
lot of people didn't necessarily dislike him because of his talent or his ability
mhm,
or even what he said or did. It
yeah,
was just because of who he was and what he looked like.
yeah,
But I think the good news is that most of those people have gone away, or at least
right.
have been silenced. And now
Yes, it was a
the
very,
large
very
part of
vocal
majority,
minority.
yeah,
But
the
where
large
I was going,
majority of people that don't like him now
yeah,
don't like him because he doesn't do a lot on the racetrack, but will oftentimes help
have the
this big
attitude like he
game.
does.
Right.
Yeah. Um, but where I was going with that is he won at Talladega.
Hmm. That was his
And
first one.
well, at first, all the criticism against him was, oh, he doesn't have a win. He won at Talladega on a shortened race. And
Yeah. And then
everyone,
it
which
was
is
rain short.
unfortunately so fitting for the criticism, you know,
Right.
which whatever, it happens. And then everyone's like, oh, of course, the only win he gets is at a play track with a rain shortened race.
Yeah.
And um, then he goes out the next season and wins Kansas.
Hmm. In
And
the
then,
45 car.
and yeah, didn't he win the 45 and then the 23 at Kansas?
He did. He won in both cars because first time
Yeah.
he was subbing for Kurt Busch.
Okay. So, and he wins that race. And there was part of me, I was like, oh, you know what? Good for him. First, like, real win.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in
Yeah.
quotes because I think a win's a win.
Right.
Like Justin Haley's Daytona win is just as legitimate as any win Kyle Larson's had on a mile and a half track
Justin
where he wins by
Haley,
10 seconds.
Daytona, Chris Buescher, Pocono, Dale
Yep.
Jr.'s last win was a rain shortened win. Eric Almirola, Daytona. All of those were weather affected races that ended before the scheduled distance, where an
Yeah.
underdog winner won.
Right. The thing with Haley's though, it's the pits were open and closed, and people went into pit and they didn't tell him that they were shortening it. So then Justin Haley cycled to the front and he stayed out. So there was
Well,
that.
that whole
But you know
thing
what?
was
He
they
could say he won
said
at Daytona, and that's
pits
something
are
that a lot of
open.
people can't say.
Yeah, pits are open. One to go. We're going green next time. Turn three. Oh crap! No, we're not. Just kidding. We're coming down pit road.
Yep.
And then 15 minutes later, hey, we're calling the race. And the Kurt Busch was livid. I remember watching that
Oh,
race live, and I was like,
I would
"Yeah,
be
let's go,
so pissed.
Haley."
He had every right to be pissed off,
He did,
and NASCAR should have done something about it. They should have
but I
been
don't
like,
think
"Oh,
there's
you know what?
anything you can do. because
I
it's
mean,
like
go based off
NASCAR.
the order before you open the pits.
I no, I don't think you can because the deal of it. Well, I'm pretty sure it was lightning that turned into rain. The deal of it was the weather shortened, so they red flagged it, and then they took the red flag away, brought the yellow out, said, "All right, we're gonna open pit road. If you want tires, come down." And a lot of people were thinking, "We're gonna take tires,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have more grip, better tires, and all these people that stay out.
Hmm.
So when this race goes back going, we'll be back up the front in no time. That
Yeah.
way if the race goes green the whole time." But then I think what happened, is that on the pace lap after, when people had come down and pitted, there was another lightning strike. So they said, well, now we gotta pull them down pit road again.
Hmm.
And um, then I think it started to rain. And then it became clear that they were not getting the track dry. And so they said,
Hmm.
well, we'll just call it because we're over halfway or off
Right.
stage two or whichever one it was.
Yeah.
I think it's an unfortunate circumstance. I
It's a
don't think,
lose-lose situation for NASCAR.
yeah, I
But
because if you go back to before the pit they pitted, you take away a Justin Haley win. If you don't go back to before they pitted,
which
you
was
screw
very, I
Kurt
think,
Busch.
popular with the fans because who doesn't like Justin Haley?
Right. And so I think the best thing to do in that situation is nothing. Just let it be. It's just tough luck. We hate that it played out that way, but
Hmm.
that's
It
unfortunately
was
how
a
that's just the
very much a lose-lose situation.
and it
But
was
before
it was one of those freak things. It was an unfortunate series of events for Kurt Busch, and I don't think it
it
could
was
have
a
gone
wrong
any
call by
differently.
NASCAR, which happens. They made the call based on what they were given at the time, and circumstances changed very quickly. It
Right.
happens. But before we get too far away from the topic at hand, Ty Gibbs. Um, I think
I think we failed to mention Ty Gibbs is not a playoff driver,
he's
and he was holding
yeah,
up Denny Hamlin and by proxy Chris Bell,
who are
who
both
were
at the top of the playoff
both
standings.
playoff drivers. Correct. And
Who
Denny
a
Hamlin was like,
15th place finish doesn't do them any favors when the rest of the
yeah,
playoff field is in the top 10.
they're like, look, I get if we're racing top five, top one. Even Jeff Burton
Right.
said on the broadcast, I get it if we're, in the top five fighting this way, but dude, we're freaking fighting. We're not even in the stage points.
But I
Like,
have
move.
a
And we're
theory.
teammates.
I have a theory. I
Okay.
think Ty Gibbs is a young guy. He's just as old as us.
He's younger than I am,
So he's younger than me.
I
Um,
believe. I think he's like a few months to a year younger than me.
yeah. There's no doubt that the man uses social media.
100%. I
He's a
mean, did you see
child.
his post in the Oval Office with freaking white sneakers?
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the criticism is getting to him because I think when you're Joe Gibbs' grandson, you probably, I mean, I'm sure you go through media training, but the media training doesn't prevent you from hearing and seeing the things that people are saying about you.
Yeah.
Um, I will never wish a crappy season on someone. I want to see that's gonna sound like I'm saying I hope everyone has fun, but like I don't know. It's
Let's go there and have fun.
I'm gonna root for my favorite drivers to win. I'm not gonna wish a terrible race or season on people just because it's stupid. I'm not gonna be like I hope
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin finishes last.
Maybe
Like
10 years
that's
ago, I would have
yeah.
wished
So
that Kyle Busch like
oh yeah,
face planted the
100%.
wall
I
every
hated
week.
Kyle Busch when I was like 13. Who didn't? Everyone
Yeah.
did. Um,
I hoped you backed
listen,
it in the fence
they
every week, but now I'm like,
they
please just back it in the victory
listen
lane.
here. They called Kyle Busch. They said he had an attitude problem. They said he was whiny. They said he was a loudmouth, but they never called him a liar.
Brad
Same with
Keselowski
Denny
called him
Hamlin
an
now.
ass.
Yep. Same with Denny Hamlin now on his podcast, which is what the next part of this is. Denny Hamlin on his podcast said, "Well, you'd think he would want one of us to win because his name is on the building."
Right.
Fair enough. Which is one of the reasons I like Denny Hamlin. Well, I respect Denny Hamlin because he's not afraid to say what other
I
people
like
might
him
not.
off of the track.
Yeah, me too. Um, the but where I was going with that and Ty Gibbs on social media is I wonder if what everyone's saying about him mixed with what Denny Hamlin has probably said, he wanted to prove that he could hang with the other JGR guys, which
Right.
is why he got blocked and then why he got punted.
Hmm.
Because it was very clear he was pissed off after the race. His interview, he said, "Oh, we have a good car. I can't wait to race next weekend," which is very clear. He's deflecting the question and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Ty Gibbs said this.
Yes, that in his post-race interview, he said, "Oh, like stuff
Was it
happens.
post race or was it post wreck?
It was when he got out of the care center.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm excited to go race next weekend."
It's like a
And
Kyle
then he got
Busch
asked another
that
question
one
and he
time when
said the
he was
same
mad.
answer.
Yeah, exactly like Kyle Busch. Car's great.
Exactly.
Looking forward to going next week and
That's
it's gonna be good.
exactly what he did.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
So, and that's obviously the biggest story
Everything's great.
coming out of this race. And
Yeah.
my view on it is that anything to hold up them cheating yoders. No, I'm kidding. Um,
It's be 10 years ago. It was,
I don't
brother.
know. I don't know how much Denny Hamlin communicated on the radio before doing that.
Hmm.
I'm going to assume he did. I wouldn't expect him to just dump him without
Yeah.
talking and saying, "Hey, could you let me by?" Um, so I mean, I think Ty Gibbs was definitely wrong. I think if he pulled over and then stayed right behind the two of them, they would have moved up in the pack, and Ty Gibbs would have, probably been
Yeah,
able to finish in the
it's
top five.
like you were saying about, wanting to prove that you belong and whatever and that you can hang. Like I get that. Um, I've been there with certain things in my life, but
Hmm.
you don't always have to prove yourself at every given opportunity. There's a time and a place
Right.
where you should stand up for yourself, and there's a time and a place where you need to recognize this is not my moment. I'm gonna back away.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what Ty Gibbs should have done. He said he should have, or at least his crew chief and spotter or somebody should have been like, look, these two cars behind you, number one, they're teammates. Number two, they're playoff drivers. Get out of the way
It would
because
have looked so like favorable to the team and to
yeah,
his teammates if he did that.
right.
And then all of a sudden you have three good finishes for JGR. And Briscoe, I'm
And
pretty sure, was ahead of them.
how many times in the sport have we heard of drivers going, oh yeah, I let him by and then followed right in his tracks until I learned how to drive the course better.
Uh-huh.
And then suddenly I'm moving up three spots directly behind this
Who
guy.
was it that said he followed Boris said in practice and got like a second faster at Watkins Glen?
Couldn't tell you. But yeah, that's the same. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
if you're going to follow anybody, Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell are two of the best people to follow, especially Denny Hamlin at uh oh my God, what is it called? New Hampshire.
mhm.
Um,
Denny
but
Hamlin at New Hampshire is, like Connor Zilic when he has a broken bone.
look at Moanzillas.
I feel like that's gonna be such like a running joke for
Yeah,
until we
broken
quit this.
Moanzillas.
But do you want to see how our predictions did?
I do.
I
I'm
got
very
them.
okay. So I looked at fantasy today at work and I listened to the podcast. We are now on Apple Podcasts, by the way. Hip hip hooray. Uh,
We're
Three
selling out to the
shots.
corporate overlords.
Next round's on me. Just kidding. Next round's on Apple.
Do not listen
Um,
on Apple. Do not pay them any more money.
but
Down with capitalism.
so I was listening to the
I'm kidding.
podcast and I looked at fantasy. I did terrible in
They're gonna
fantasy.
think
I
I'm one of those
finished
people.
fifth in our league, and you finished first. You won this weekend. I think part of it might have
Yeah,
been because you got to switch your garage driver. That's what I'll say it was. If it's not that what it was,
I
shut
didn't
up.
touch
Yes,
my
it
garage
was.
driver.
Shut up. Yeah, you did. But I
Let me
do
take a
know
look.
that I'm very excited about my dark horse pick.
Okay, so I'm gonna read picks. You tell me how they did, and I will grade them.
Yep.
I
Welcome to
don't
the
have.
Bumper
I
Runners
have
prediction show
two
where the
pens
points don't
here,
matter and
and I don't
everything's
know
made
where
up.
this pen is going. It's in my pocket.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bumper Runners prediction show where everything, all the points are made up and everything doesn't matter. Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
I love that
Something.
song.
I was actually just
I'm
watching
a
Who's
mess right
Line
now.
clips before we got
I'll
on.
have to post on our Instagram how what my setup looks like right now. I'll send you a picture. All right.
What
So
do you got for go your picks first? What do you got for winner?
Briscoe.
Briscoe. All right. P10.
Nope. I
Also,
think
Michael
within
McDowell,
five we could
P8.
consider points.
Michael McDowell, P8 is kind of crazy.
Look at that.
Did you
And
notice that?
your winner pick was Denny Hamlin.
My winner pick was Denny Hamlin, and he finished P12.
P12. Nope.
I feel like it should be
Should
a
we give
consolation prize for both of our
this will
winner picks
start
being right
next
beside
week
each other.
because I would have gotten the point for this. But should we give like if my winner pick finishes ahead of your winner pick, I get a point and vice versa? Should we do
Well,
that?
I was just saying I think there should be some sort of consolation for both of our winner picks being right next to each other.
Not right next to each other. Mine finished two places higher.
Well, yeah, but mine didn't finish 17th and yours finished ninth.
Well,
Like they finished around the same. So like
okay,
we
so
both
I'll give
picked the
myself a
same.
point. Well, we each don't get a point, so that's
Yeah,
your
okay.
consolation. My
All
pick
right.
did better, but we're tied. Okay, so your good weekend was Tyler Reddick.
My good weekend was Tyler Reddick. Oh gosh, you got me screwed up. You're going my picks. 21.
21. Nope.
Nope.
My good weekend was Ross Chastain.
P9. That's a
That's a
good
good
weekend.
weekend.
That is a good weekend. That's a point
I'll do a
or
point.
3 points or however many points you're doing this week. I don't know.
$1.5.
You did like minus
Well,
two last week for me doing poorly.
well,
So I don't
your
know.
winner pick was Larson, and he finished like 27th. Um,
Jeez.
so to remind everyone, as you know, I'm sure you're following along, the
Everything's
point
made up and the
standings
points don't
are
matter.
I have 7 3/4
Well,
points.
wait till we
Em
get to
has
the
two
end
and two
first.
and a quarter, two and a fourth, a quarter. Okay. Your bad weekend was William Byron.
Do you really want to know where he finished?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
You want me to be honest?
Hmm.
E3.
Nope. My bad weekend was Kyle Larson.
P7.
Nope. Dark horse. Your dark horse was John Hunter Nemechek.
Oh, crap. I thought it was a different person. Oops. Oh, I was so excited too. Oh, you know what it was? E34. It was my fantasy
Oh,
pick.
nope. My dark
It
horse
was
was
my
Brad
fantasy
Keselowski.
pick. I had one guy in fantasy that did really well.
Oh, where's
That everyone
Keselowski?
that you were surprised about. Keselowski finished P23.
Nope. So the points now going
You got
into
1 point, right?
I give myself 1.5 for Chastain.
Yeah.
So that now makes me 8 and 1/4 point
So the reason I was so excited was
to
because we
your
spent like 15 to 20 minutes talking about how poorly Josh Berry did and how unfortunate of a situation it was. And I said, watch, he's going to go out and win the Roval in 3 weeks. And he finished second.
yeah. That he is following the trope of everyone's
Get
hopeful pick in
eliminated
the
and then do
playoffs.
well.
And that's happened every season where like the one guy that who may not advance and people don't really have that high of expectations, but they have high hopes. He gets eliminated because he doesn't do good in the round of 16, and then all of a sudden he turns up. Like look at
Yeah.
Briscoe. I know Briscoe's still in. Never mind. Dumb.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but Briscoe might make the
I'm
round
pretty
of
sure
eight.
Bowman finished pretty high.
Did he?
Never mind. I have 15th.
Unfortunately, that's not a bad weekend for Alex Bowman.
No, it's not.
As sad as it is, I
It's
love
not a
Alex
great
Bowman.
weekend. I mean, his teammates finished third, fifth, and seventh.
Is it good for Hendrick? No. Is it good for Alex
Good
Bowman?
for
Yeah.
Bowman. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I just to brag for a second, because
Mhm.
I feel like I have the big ignore where I finished in fantasy and ignore the fact that you won. Um, I had Josh Berry in my fantasy lineup and he finished P2. I just want to put that out there.
Look at that.
That is all. All
You
right.
want to get into predictions for this upcoming race?
I
Because I'll
do.
be honest, we both had super long days. I can't imagine this episode is the longest. So I think if we talked about the important parts and you want to get into predictions, I'm good with that. We don't have to end it right after predictions, but let's get them out of the way.
Well, we got to do predictions, then fantasy, and then we'll.
Predictions and
Oh, and
fantasy.
then I do want to talk about the playoff bracket because we didn't do that last weekend.
Okay,
I want to talk about who we have in our bracket advancing to the next round.
sounds good.
All right, give me your winner pick
Where are we
for
going?
Kansas Speedway.
Kansas.
Consol.
Um, Let's see. Do I keep going with the B's? I've had Byron,
You know what?
Blaney, Bell, and Briscoe. And
I'm
the
pretty sure
next
you
one
got
on my
one left.
and it's Bowman.
Oh no. Okay. You got Busher, Bowman, and Bubba and Kyle Busch.
Busher. I gotta pick one of them.
We'll go for
So I
whatever you want to. Wait a minute.
I could
What
do something
is
really funny right now and just fill out my entire list with B's. That way, then the bit's over, and then I could go back to picking normal people and winning again. Even though I'm already winning by 8.25 points,
Yeah, well, points
six and
don't
a
matter
quarter.
and everything's made up.
Yeah, but the points do matter. Um, um. So who do I have? I have Bubba, Bowman,
Busher
Busher, and Bush.
and Bush.
Um, I'm gonna do it.
And I
Win
guess you could go Brad.
winner pick. But the thing is, winner points, everything's made up. If I pull something so far out of the hat like Bowman, I'm giving myself more points. So I'm gonna pick Bowman.
I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to pick and give points at the same time. Gotta have a third party point giver here. I feel like this is rigged.
Nope.
It's like
Okay.
NASCAR owning IMSA and also owning Action Express Racing.
They own him so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure NASCAR's like they bought like
Are they
majority.
like a majority stockholder or are they
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
no? Your
I think
winner
it's kind of
pick.
like an ARCA thing, except they didn't absorb.
Who's your winner
My
pick?
my winner pick, who did I pick last week?
Denny.
Larson.
Good weekend. Um, I think Bush is gonna have a good weekend.
You think who? Say
Busher.
that again. Busher?
Busher.
I was gonna pick Busher.
Actually, you know what? No, Bubba.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just put Busher as my dark horse pick. Good weekend.
Good weekend. Um, the question almost becomes who like for some of these people, what is considered a good weekend?
It's all relative.
Well, okay, like if I were to pick Chase Elliott, he just finished P5. However, up until last weekend, he was not running there. So if I were to
I
pick him,
I
which
think we could
I'm
lay
not
out the
necessarily
guidelines
going to,
beforehand. I think eh, the
like
P7 and above is a good weekend for Elliott. Top five.
yeah, Alex Bowman, good weekend. I'm gonna eat that so hard. I'm gonna
Okay.
listen to this episode next week and be like, "Ah, what an idiot!
Bad weekend. I'm gonna
Bad
go.
weekend."
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Kyle Busch.
All
You
right.
see what I'm doing now, don't you?
I think maybe. I mean, how do
I'm
you
ending
define
the
that?
I'm ending the bit this episode.
Okay. All right.
I'm ending it
Gotcha.
now. Who's
Gotcha.
your
All
bad
right.
weekend?
My bad weekend. Oh, you know what? I'm tempted to go bold, even though I don't think it's actually going to happen, and say Blaney.
Could do that.
Um,
So I already wrote down a B because I just realized that you weren't saying that's your pick. So you have only like six drivers left to pick. Because I'm not going to cross it out. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, you know what? Give me Blaney. Sure. Points
Why
don't
have you
matter and
crossed?
everything's made up. Did you really cross it out?
Yes.
He's gonna be
Now,
Blaney.
I'm going to go for you, dark horse, first. Who's your dark horse week pick?
My dark horse. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, excuse me. Give me a couple
Bless you.
seconds. Gosh, man, this mellow yellow is really making me gassy.
Wow.
Um, who is in this race? Let's see. You know what? Dark horse pick?
Tell me.
He's terrible. He's
Give it to me.
awful. He's no good. People call him Bad Brad. He's actually really good, but I just wanted the excuse to say Bad Brad.
Bad bread.
Brad Keselowski is my dark horse pick.
My dark horse pick.
There you go.
Do you want to
Turning
take
up
a
the
guess? Do you want to take a guess?
Let's see. Who have you put so far down?
Bowman, Bubba, and Bush.
You're going Busher.
Nope. Kyle
Yeah.
Larson. No.
Cody Ware.
That would mean dark horse like finishing in the top 10. That's like a dark horse pick is a good weekend in relative to the rest of the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cody Ware is not going to do that.
I feel like he might have a legitimate case for next year's 500. Or
You know who
uh
else has a
because I
legitimate
forgot
case for
about
next year's 500?
because I forgot about other plate tracks. He might also have a legitimate case for the Talladega race to be a dark horse, not
So
to be a
does
winner.
every single car on the lead lap, on the
All right,
last lap.
but you know who was on the you know who led laps at Daytona this
Cody
year
Ware,
at the fall race? He sure did.
Helio Castroneves.
Helio Castroneves did not race the fall Daytona race.
Oh, you said fall.
Yes,
Sorry. Long day.
because because Cody Ware did not lead laps at the and in the 500. All right,
Didn't
fantasy
do that a
picks.
lot of other places.
I don't even have NASCAR fantasy pulled up. So you give me your five in garage.
Five in garage. Let me pull them up
Five
here.
and garage. Because I need to do mine.
See, the thing with fantasy is it's hard to do before qualifying starts.
It is, but
But
we're doing it anyway because, well, I mean,
I
and this is also like we don't have to keep you set. It's just like probably what I would do. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So here I might use
Or like
another
what?
use for Kyle Larson. There's Kyle Larson on the plate track.
Yeah, I'm gonna not use Larson. I'm actually gonna.
It says he's a good pick.
It does.
Um, so looking at the Kansas results from the fall. Wasn't even the fall, was it? We didn't even,
No, we had a race in the spring.
that's what I meant. I can't find it.
Um,
Did we not go there?
we most definitely
We
did.
did. Kyle Larson won.
He did.
Um, Bowman finished fifth.
Exactly.
Ryan Preece, he finished seventh. I'm
Ooh.
going
Ooh.
Briscoe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Corey Heim, the
Yeah.
67 car finished 13th. Not putting him back in though. Um, I'm gonna see how many uses I have on other people because
Dude,
I feel like this
man,
is. I
it's
feel
tough
like I'm
this
gonna
weekend.
go Logano and I'll
Okay.
put in Barry, but then like I always say, if you're putting in one or two picks that might not do great, put in a safe pick in your garage. So I would put in a Chris Rebel or a William Byron or a Ryan Blaney. And I don't think I have that many uses on Blaney in these playoffs, which I'm
Hmm.
going to check. Never mind, I have three. Honestly, I haven't used Chase Elliott yet. I'm putting Chase Elliott in my garage. So I have Larson, I have Priest, I have Briscoe, I have Logano, I have Barry, and I have Elliott in my garage.
Right? Now, Bubba versus Briscoe for the matchups.
Bubba versus Briscoe, Briscoe.
Okay. Chastain Reddick,
Chastain.
Elliott Logano.
Reddick's been a little. Elliott Logano,
Yep.
Elliott
Larson Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Wow. All right.
The way Larson's been running.
So, well, I mean, Larson did finish better than Hamlin this past weekend.
Yeah, but that's the first time it's happened in a very long time.
For all those that don't understand, that's the first time I have it in a very long time.
That is what
Um,
I said.
I'm gonna go to my matchups first.
Okay.
Bubba Briscoe. I'm also going Briscoe.
I feel like it's hard to
Chastain
bet against
Reddick.
Briscoe right now.
Yeah. Chastain Reddick. I know Reddick hasn't been running bad, but because he is Tyler Reddick at the end of the day,
Hmm.
I don't like if he's gonna turn around it turn like his performance around, it's pretty much now or never.
Right.
If he wants to fight for a championship. I don't feel overly confident about his performance at the Roval. I don't know what it's like at the Roval, but I think honestly, if he finishes poorly this weekend, I don't see him advancing.
Right.
I don't see him finishing high enough the Roval to advance. Is what I mean. So I think Tyler Reddick finally turns his crap around and he finishes higher than Chesney.
Oh,
Elliott Logano, I'm also going Logano,
I mean, that's what I'd
which
love
you're
if
going
it
to
happened.
find interesting in a second. And Larson Hamlin, I'm going to go Larson again.
Okay.
For my fantasy five, you're going to like this. You ready?
Okay.
Logano, Hamlin,
Okay.
Reddick,
Hmm.
Cindric, Bubba, Blaney in the garage.
Cindric's a cool pick. That'd be cool if he did win.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, he is in a Penske car in the playoffs.
right.
Penske seemed to turn up in the playoffs.
Yeah. Austin Cindric's been kind of like,
Slowly and like kind of sneaky top
oh, you know what's
15s.
funny? As I just scrolled down, it says avoid Tyler Reddick.
But it's Tyler
Oops.
Reddick at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, do you want to see what it says for hot pick and sleeper and stuff? Hot pick, Kyle Larson. He's won 3 races at Kansas, including 2 of the last 3. He's led 760 laps at Kansas since joining Hendrick Motorsports in 2021, over 3 times more than any driver, which is an insane stat. He's finished fourth or better in 6 of the last 8 Kansas races.
Yeah.
Another hot pick is Denny Hamlin. He's won 4 races at Kansas, which is the most all time. He's got
Right.
6 top fives and 7 top tens in the last 8 Kansas races. And he's led in all of the last 5 Kansas races.
Very interesting.
It says avoid Tyler Reddick. He only has, it says 4 top tens at Kansas, including 1 win in September
Yeah, I was gonna say he
2023.
has a win there.
Yeah, it says September 2023, but
That is a far long time ago.
yeah, finished
Only 5
17th or
races.
worse in 6 of the last 8 Cup races. And his average finish at Kansas is 17.8, which is his worst among mile and a halves.
Don't worry about it. Keep him in.
No, I'm absolutely keeping him in. Screw it. Ty Gibbs also to
Shit show.
avoid 4 finishes of 28th or worse in 6 Kansas Cup starts.
It's an
He's
avoid Ty
finished
Gibbs.
does
I think everyone was already going to do that.
probably. I think Denny Hamlin's going to try his best to do that. He's finished 22nd or worse in his last 7 starts on mile and a halves.
I don't think
His,
anyone took him out of the garage, out of the lineup after reading that. Like, I
his
think I
average
have 20 uses with him, or 10 uses, and 5 playoff uses.
he has an average finish of 24.4 on mile and a halves this year. which is 32nd among full-time drivers
Which is
in all
ironic because
union teams.
arguably that's where the most speed comes from.
Yeah. Um, Sleeper pick. You ready for this?
Hit me with it.
Alex Bowman.
Bowman. Told you.
He's finished top 10 in his last six Kansas starts and 10 of his last 13. His
Did I
average
put him
finish
in?
is 14.2,
I didn't.
which is his best among ovals with three or more starts.
Maybe I will put him in.
He's got eight top 10 finishes in his last 10 starts on mile and a half.
Yeah.
He's not a bad person to have. Because who are you starting five again?
Close my book. Larson, Priest, Briscoe, Logano, Barry, and Elliott in the garage.
I'd almost I would probably honestly replace I'd probably replace Barry. Or no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. No, no, no. Because Barry, I would replace Priest. And my reasoning is because Josh Berry won Vegas in the
Yeah.
spring, which
That's true.
is also a mile and a half
Yeah.
D-shaped oval.
Yes. Very similar. They race.
Right. Exactly. Only Kansas has a slightly better top line.
Maybe I will. Because Kansas has more progressive banking, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
That would make sense to me as to why that works. I don't know if they have.
Yeah.
I think Vegas is the same banking all around. That's why kind of every line works
Yeah. Yeah.
similarly.
But they don't really have like a top line. It's
Right.
kind of like bottom, middle, and like upper middle.
Yeah. They use more of the track
Yeah.
for that.
Um, quickly, because we didn't last weekend again. Our
Right.
picks to advance into the round of eight. So we know Blaney's going through, and I think we both had him going through anyway.
Yep.
Um, I have Hamlin, Blaney, Larson, Byron, Bell, Reddick,
So
Logano, Elliott,
who got eliminated? Dylan,
Dillon,
SVG,
Bowman.
Barry,
Yeah, Dillon,
and
Bowman,
Bowman.
Barry, SVG.
Okay.
So round of 12 currently. It's the one tab that I don't have pulled up. Round of 12 currently. Blaney is locked in. Byron is plus 47. Larson's plus 41. Bell plus 29. Hamlin plus 27. Logano plus 24. Elliott plus 14. Briscoe plus 12. Ross Chastain minus 12. Cindric minus 19. Reddick minus 23. And Bubba minus 27. Which means I think Byron could potentially lock in this weekend
With a good finish.
to the next round without winning. Yes.
Do you have the tracks in front of you?
No, but I know it's New Hampshire, Kansas Roval.
Okay. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do anything really like groundbreaking here. I think
Well, did you
Reddick
do
has a
the bracket challenge?
no, but
Ah,
I have it written down in front of me.
right. See, that's I'm reading off of my bracket challenge that I have set up.
Oh, I was gonna just give you my picks of what I have because I think
Sure,
my
sure, go
round
for it.
of 16 or round of 12 was a little wrong. I was kind of right. I had
We had we had the same guy wrong, but different people in place of him.
we were both high on SVG, and clearly that was the
Oh
wrong
no, I
choice.
wasn't. You had
Talked about him a
um
lot on the first couple episodes.
we did.
I
We
had
both
Briscoe,
had Cindric
Cindric,
out.
Barry, and Dylan,
Yeah.
and
We both
Briscoe
had Cindric out.
took that personally.
Yeah. We both had Cindric out. I had Bowman in, you had Briscoe
Yeah.
or
Um,
something.
I think the first pick, it's is it safe to say that Bubba's gonna go?
Like get eliminated.
Yeah, I feel like it's minus 23,
Well, and yeah, I mean,
26.
we are doing this a week later than we, I guess, should be, air
Right, we have
quotes.
two more races.
Yeah,
He needs a
this,
win or a very great run.
because again, Blaney's already locked in, and we've already completed a third of this round.
I was gonna say he's
Um,
going anyway.
yeah. I do not have him in my round of eight.
Really?
Yes,
Why'd you do that?
because I didn't think he was going to go through.
Fair enough. I think, I mean, I just have what we talked about on the podcast. So I only have a round of, like, I was gonna just like workshop it now about who I think is gonna go.
Okay, who you
And
got?
we could come up with a four together if you'd like. I'm not
Sure. Well,
feeling
I
good.
mean, so I have my four who I've determined in my bracket challenge,
Hmm.
and they are Bubba, Chastain, Briscoe. I'm looking. Who's not in? Briscoe out. Oh, uh, who is Briscoe, Cindric, which I had Bowman instead of Cindric, but
Right.
so Briscoe, Cindric, Chastain,
Hmm.
Bubba are my four.
Okay. I think, yeah, I
Which
don't think
might bite me in the
Bubba's
butt
going
because
through.
I have Tyler Reddick advancing.
I want to believe that he can, but
I do
from
too, but
what he
looking at where
has
he is,
and how he's been running, like there's a
he's
reason he's
minus,
down there.
yeah, he's minus 23. Like I said, if he's going to turn around, he needs to do it now. Because if he doesn't turn around
But
this weekend, he's not going to. I don't think.
ever since the lawsuit, the 2311 cars have not been doing well.
And watch, since we've started this podcast, every person that I have talked about,
The bumper nose drinks.
Other than SVG, every person that I've said they're going to do terrible has turned around and done great.
Oh
Like,
God, please don't let William Byron's not going to win this championship. He
oh my
sucks. He's
God, Larson
terrible.
is going to get so eliminated. It's going to be so bad,
Yeah.
which is
Um.
going to be really funny in 2 weeks when we go over our round of four picks.
Yep.
Because, spoiler alert, I don't have Larson in my round of four.
Wow. All right. I have my picks.
Hit
I
me.
think
So, yeah, we know
Bubba's
Bubba,
out. Reddick,
Reddick,
Chastain, Cindric,
Justine,
and I think they're all
Cindric.
below the cut line right now.
I think you're correct. You are
And I
correct.
think I think there's a reason for that. I think they're
Yeah.
there for a reason. I can't imagine. Because
Yeah.
who
I don't.
realistically is close enough to the cut line? Briscoe, he's been one of the best drivers in the field. Um,
I think if there's going to be a flip, because I also have Bubba, Cindric, and Chastain out.
mhm,
Um, my person in my person that I have getting eliminated that's currently in is Briscoe, but I think honestly, actually, I don't know because I could. I think there is a case to be made as far as drivers that are in right now that could be eliminated. There is a case to be made for Briscoe and Logano. I think Logano can do absolutely fine at Kansas, and if he does, then he's fine. But if
mhm,
Logano has a bad weekend, I don't know his stats off the top of my head for the Roval, but I
right,
think if he does poorly at Kansas, it will compound in Charlotte, and he will no longer be a playoff driver.
right.
That's what happened to him last year. And then Bowman had a ballast weight fallout.
Yeah.
So, judging off of last year's performance, if Joey Logano has a bad weekend in Kansas, he could be eliminated. Which again, watch, he's gonna go out and freaking win. But
It's not you.
again, on that same vein, Briscoe could do the exact same thing. Briscoe's only plus 12. Logano's at least plus 24. He's got double of Briscoe's points,
But
at least to the
think
cut
about
line.
it. Briscoe's only gained, I think. He's only moved up. He's only been gaining points on other playoff drivers.
I'm not sure if he was below the cut line the first round. Don't know, but I think if he was, it was not by much.
Well, I don't know statistically if he's only gained points, but he's only had good runs and only done himself favors
Well,
in the
but see, that's what
playoffs.
I'm saying. Like, I think Logano and Briscoe are in the same boat, where if they have a poor showing at Kansas,
Right.
they can and like there's a decent chance they will be eliminated at the Roval
right. But
because I don't think either of them have the performance on the road course and Charlotte in Charlotte to advance if they do poorly at Kansas, whether it's they just run like crap or if they get caught in a mistake or someone else's mistake or a part malfunction.
right. But
And then
also
the person that would
us.
go in is, you know, I think Tyler Reddick is at Kansas.
Hmm.
So I think if it changes, I think we will have a clearer picture of the playoff for of the round of 12 of the round of 8 for this
Hmm.
weekend. I think if Logano and or Briscoe are still above the cut line, but only barely, or below the cut line, I think it's safe to say one, if not both of them, will be eliminated after the Roval. I think if Tyler Reddick does well at Kansas, I think he'll do well enough to go on.
But so for someone like you said, Logano and Briscoe, for them to have a bad weekend, they still have enough points to where the people below them need a great weekend.
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
And well, they need to have a good weekend. They don't need to, they can't keep running where they're going and have them run.
Well, sure, and that's where I'm saying Tyler Reddick comes in because Tyler
Hmm.
Reddick is below the cut line. So
Right.
I don't necessarily think that both Logano and Briscoe will have a bad weekend.
You think it's going to be one or the other?
I think it'll be one or the other, but it's going to be one of those two.
Right.
I think Elliott, Blaney, Bell, Byron Larson,
We're all safe.
um, the other person that I didn't mention, I think is
Yeah.
Bell. Um, no, Hamlin. I think they're all good enough at Kansas and the Roval to be fine.
Hmm.
I think Joey Logano and Chase Briscoe, their best shot to advance is securing enough points or a win at Kansas.
Right.
I think Tyler Reddick could do well at both, but he can absolutely win at Kansas.
Right. I don't disagree.
So my point is Logano or Briscoe can be eliminated,
Hmm.
and the person to take their place could be Reddick. That is my
I would love to see it.
hypothesis going into Kansas and the Roval.
I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong.
I would love to see Briscoe out and Reddick in. That would help my bracket a lot. I would have a
Honestly,
perfect round of 8.
if anyone gets pushed down, I do not want it to be Briscoe because I want to see this kind of Cinderella run. See that catch?
Oh,
I
well,
want to see the
for
Cinderella
the
run
sake
continue.
of, yeah, like I don't dislike Briscoe. I just, if he advances, I don't get points for it because I don't have him on
Right.
my bracket challenge in the round of
I
8.
I have a lot less to lose because I never made a bracket challenge. I've
Yeah.
just been using this bracket from the first page of my notebook from episode 1 of the Bump and Rush podcast, which if you haven't listened to, go back and listen to it and see how wrong we were about everything.
If you haven't listened to it, then why in the world are you listening to episode 5 right now? Go back and listen to 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then come back and listen to 5. We're still early enough into this run where you can absolutely go back and listen to all of those in one day. Come on now.
It'll take about 6 hours, but who doesn't like listening to our voice?
Right. I
Right?
mean, that's what we're here for. That's why we made the podcast. We wouldn't make a podcast if we didn't have just beautiful, soothing voices.
I've been told I have a good radio voice, but then I go back and listen to my voice on the radio and I say, well, I don't know who lied to me, but
We
it
had
was
a
more than one
comment.
person.
Now this is uh if this podcast blows up and someone for some reason comes back and listens to this episode, this is crazy lore. We, and you know about this, we had a test episode
Yes.
back before we actually recorded a first legitimate episode. We just had a test recording. It was about an hour
Mhm.
long of just us on a Zoom call talking.
Just chopping it up.
And we published it. We published it and it went to Spotify. And there was someone on Spotify, and I know who this person is because he told me it was him. It's my buddy Chris. He commented on Spotify and
Hi,
said,
Chris.
10 out of 10, beautiful, soothing voices.
Which I'm sure there was no jokes or sarcasm there. I think he truly loves my
Yeah,
voice.
I definitely did not slip him a 20 to say that.
Hi, Chris. Do you still like my
I don't actually know if Chris has listened to the podcast. He hasn't said anything to me. We haven't spoken in a while. I'm gonna hit him
Chris,
up
leave a comment.
uh
Tell me
when
how
it's
nice my
not
voice
two
sounds.
o'clock in the morning.
No,
But
text him now. You're gonna get
I'm
a
not
voice.
texting him now.
Do it. Text him now.
But no, so I
Is my
for my
voice still
bracket
soothing, Chris?
challenge, I need I need Briscoe and where are the standing? I need Briscoe and Reddick to switch
Right.
their playoff standings. Anyways, I think we've covered everything, and it's late.
That was the Bump and Runners podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so late that it's
Socials
early.
will be there, 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 there. They're never
I don't.
there. I keep
They,
lying.
they're not.
I'm
Well,
gonna
it's
keep doing
okay.
it.
Most people that listen to the podcast won't see it because one we have exactly one way to watch this recording, and it's our YouTube channel. Go see it. But there are two videos per episode. One of them says audio only. So naturally, that means it doesn't have video, so you can't see it.
Follow the TikTok as well.
Follow the TikTok. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. I would like to get a Twitter set up soon.
We only post on one of those, and that's TikTok.
Correct.
That's what I do.
We're gonna get TikTok.
I should be
We're gonna
posting
get
all the other ones.
TikToks. Hopefully, sometime soon, cross posted over to Instagram Reels and also cross posted to YouTube Shorts. Um, Find us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm so glad I can say that now because we are officially on Apple Podcasts. So wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. And I can almost promise you that.
Unless they get them from some weird thing.
Well, they should be on that some weird thing because they're on most other weird things. We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and we're on YouTube Podcasts. We are on the
Even the
big
people in your
four.
walls listening live, that's where they get their podcast and they can still hear you.
People in my walls. Wake up, Robert. Robert, wake up. I don't know what just happened. I don't know if Scott left. Well, Scott did leave. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and listening. This has been the Bumper Runners podcast. And I and Scott will see you next week.